Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kim Magical, and today I'm going back. I want to talk about the Evansdale Iowa murders of the two little girls, Elizabeth Collins and Larry Cook. I did this a while back because I had a lot of you ask if there was a connection with Delphi, with Richard Allen and these girls. Uh-oh. Okay, got it. Okay, so I thought, go over that and see if we can get anything new. Because these girls went missing on July 13th, 2012, excuse me. July 13th, 2012. Elizabeth Collins, she was 8 years old. They were cousins. And Larry Cook was 10 years old. And, okay, I'm going to go. You know, Spirit was already here before I came on. I started getting hot. I'm going back because I want to go back to the cases that I've worked on, but still have not been found justice for the girls. Now, the girls were found 5 months later. They were found in December. So that's 5 months after they went missing. Their bikes, they were out, the two cousins were out riding bikes that day. They liked to do that. They'd been at the grandmother's, and anyways, they went out to ride bikes. And there was a lake. It's called Myers Lake. It's bike trails. They have trails you can ride your bike on it. Kind of reminds me of the trails in the Delphi case. Yeah. I see them being paved too. But anyways, they were last seen on Augustus Avenue riding their bikes between 11:30 and 12:30 that day. I will put Bremer County Sheriff's Office. I will put the numbers. If anybody has any tips or any information, please call the authorities and give them that information, because they're still working the case. And I will put all those in there. Okay, let's see what comes in. Now, I want to say for my last reading, what I'm remembering is these girls were out, they were riding bikes, they were at this bike trail around this lake. The bike trail went around this lake. Their bikes were found, and one of the girls, this little purse had been thrown. I want to say thrown over the fence, but they found that, and they found the bikes. They didn't find the girls. Like I said, they found them. Do I have the exact date? I know it was in December. I just thought I had the exact date down. Okay. Well, I know it was, they found the bodies in a forest area by searchers 5 months later. They did a search in December, and that's when they did find the little girls' bodies. But there's been no, nothing new. They've not found anything. I know from my last reading, and I'll go back here. Let me start. It was likely a local man. I thought it was a local man. I felt like he had done this before. He'd kidnapped before, or attempted to do it. And I did get that he drove a white, older model SUV. I feel that's more of a work vehicle for him. And I think he'd been parked just watching. He watched the girls. I feel like he was familiar with the area. I feel like he was out on the trails too. I feel like he parked his vehicle. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. I see a fence. Okay, I see that. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to discern. Okay, I see the lake, the fence, the trail. The purse was thrown over. Okay, I feel where the girls, where their bikes were found on that trail, that's where the abduction happened. I feel that this male, I feel he's middle-aged. I feel he's done this before. I'm trying to get a visual here. I don't know why I'm hearing two. I'm hearing two males. And I feel that these two males, I feel that they are friends, connected by this, oh God, this pedophile sickness, taking children and doing bad things. I feel like one man was with the vehicle, and the other male I feel like they had planned this. This was something, not that they had focused on those girls, but I mean, they have been planning this. They've been like, oh God, how do I say this? They were doing, God, it's hard. they were doing the research. When I say the research, I mean they were watching activities. They were watching children. They were, you know, they had this thought in their head, and then if the circumstances unfolded themselves, they had a plan in place. They knew what they were going to do. Okay. So I feel like they were taken off the bikes. I feel like the vehicle was brought close, but when I say, I'm not familiar, I just know this is this big lake. It's Myers Lake. But somehow, which you could drive into Myers Lake, which they have. Because they had searched out the area. They know the area well. You know, that's... Okay, Spirit, show me that. I feel like, though, they were got. Then they were taking out, away from the lake. And there was the vehicle was close by. I feel like he would have to know. Do you know when you're like if you have a park in your town, okay, and you go to it and you walk it, you know, you've spent years going there, you know it. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're very aware of the ins and outs and everything at that park, that lake. And I feel like at the time they lived in that area, like, I feel like they've left the area. Okay. Is there anything else out there that... You know, I feel like this is going to be one of those cases that... Oh God, it's been like... It was 2012. It's been a long time. These girls have not got justice. It's justice coming, Spirit. Okay. I feel like this is going to be one of those cases where DNA is going to... That's what's going to connect them to that area. It's going to connect them to the girls. DNA. They've got DNA, and that's... And honestly, every year, there's so much more technology coming out, and I think the case will be broke with DNA evidence. It will connect. I feel like these two individual men, I can smell alcohol. I can smell drugs. They definitely drunk, used drugs. I smell marijuana. I feel like the older male, I feel he's not with us any longer. I feel like he was the... God, I don't know how to say this. I know this sounds really weird. But he was like, he took this younger person, this younger male, like under his wing. You know, he was showing, he was just showing him ways. He was giving his knowledge to this man. They're connected by the sickness, the pedophile, the, you know. I feel like that older man is gone, though. Okay, so this younger man, I feel like if the police went back and they had interviews, or in the searches, okay, the searches, if they took down names or anything, I feel like they might have inserted themselves to be a part of searching for the girls, to how do I want to say this? They're putting themselves in the investigation. They're like, and I think the police went back and kind of looked at that, looked at who was inserting themselves into the investigation. Because I don't know if you usually, well, not usually, but killers will do that. They'll put themselves in the because they want to, you know, lift themselves. And plus it gives them, they can talk about it. They can be in it. You know, they can't go out and tell everybody what they did, but they like to do that. Trust me, they would like to do that because they're sick people out there. Okay, is there anything else? I'm gonna pull cards on it too. Anything else? You know. Okay, let's see what else I got. Okay, I feel like the girls were forced, and they were made to cross over. Okay, how do I say this? I feel like it would have been east of the woods, and they had the vehicle east of the woods. I still feel like there's a, how do I say that? It's like there's an intimate connection between the early investigation and people saying that they witnessed something. I would say that the man that was responsible for the deaths, I feel like he was, there's a history of violence with his family. You'll find that. And I feel like this man could have owned property there nearby in that area. And there's some kind of connection. They have some kind of connection to the wildlife park. What is that? I'm telling you, I feel like law enforcement has talked to these people. I feel strongly they've been in the searches, inserting themselves. It's their way of reliving it. Okay. Was there anything else, Spirit? Okay, let's do, let's just do some cards here and see if anything falls out that I haven't touched on. Okay. I'll pull from several decks. Spirit, whatever we can get, any information that would help us, that we don't know, that hasn't been brought out. These two precious little girls. Okay, Spirit, okay. Anything that leads us to information. Evansdale Murders. You know, we thought Richard Allen could have been in that because it's so much like Abby and Libby. You know how they were on the walking on that path and everything. People went there all the time. That's why. Now, I didn't get that he was. I didn't feel he was. But, you know what? Going back to Richard Allen, and I don't know if I've said this before, but you know what? I think he's capable. I do think he's capable. After I've watched, especially, listen to, excuse me, his jailhouse calls and all of that. There's something there. There's something there that, I don't know. I just have this feeling. Because, you know, he worked for Walmart and they were shipping him all over the place. I mean, I think it was one of those, they wanted him to quit. So they were just sending him like as far away from his home as possible. Which opened him up because he would stay in a hotel during the week. Well, somebody like that, you give them time away from their family, staying in a hotel. He's got plenty of time to be, you know, I went down that. He was all over the place. And he was in that area, too, at a Walmart working, so. And I don't mean he was there at all, but I had traced, and there was a Walmart that was close by. Because, you know, it's not that far, guys. It really isn't. What can you tell us about the girls? What can you tell us that we don't already know? Or what you can confirm? I'm going to shuffle tonight. Okay. Wait, what? You must have some. Okay, Spirit. There's some information. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. It threw 4 cards out, but okay, it threw out details leading up to the murder, maybe worth investigating. Money may be involved. Someone coerced the killer into murdering the victim. And you know what I feel on this one? Those two males I was speaking of, I feel like the older one that was teaching the younger one, I feel like, yeah, he wanted to, oh, that's just sick. That's really sick. I don't know if I can say that. And it was premeditated murder, killer planned out the details in advance. Now, you know, I believe all this is true, but I believe that when we talk of premeditated, that was their plan, their sick plan in their head. Like, if we can find some kids, or if we can find a little girl, they have everything in their head and planned out on exactly what to do, which leads me to think, it's on my mouth, they've killed again. It's happened since. Details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. And with that, I would just say law enforcement's going back, getting all the information again, getting in again. Because we remember certain things at certain times. But if you go back, okay, there is always room for more, to find out more information on a case, especially when it's gone this long cold. So definitely, which, you know what, I feel like law enforcement is doing that. And money may be involved. Money exchanged hands. I don't want to say this. And when I say, oh God, when I say money changed hands, I meant there are some really bad psychotic people out there, and they will sell, for instance, if they took pictures, and I know that sounds awful, and I don't even like saying it, because I don't like saying things that will bring the family any discomfort at all, but I feel like that money may be involved. I feel like that money connection would be something to do with the act of what they did. And say, for instance, a picture was taken, or pictures were taken. I'm telling you, the dark web is the most evil, vile place and exists. And that won't be uncovered. That will not be uncovered until it is found on the dark web. Oh my God. Okay, let's pull from another deck. I don't know. I feel like DNA is going to be big in this, because that will be what we have. You know what I mean? Do they have do the police have DNA? I feel like they have a lot of DNA. But also I feel like the girls weren't found for 5 months. So DNA. And I'm just talking, I know this sounds really crazy, but there's all types of DNA. I'm sure there was a lot of animal activity, you know what I mean? I'm sure because it was out, you know, there were probably deer walking around. I don't know, because I don't know that about DNA. Are they able to find DNA? Well, surely they can tell. They'll be able to distinguish it. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this family. Okay, Spirit, can you give us some more? Lyric and Elizabeth, can you give us more information on them? What can you tell us? What can you tell us that we have not? Okay. Okay, give me a couple more. I got freedom. So I feel like, oh, I don't know if you can see that freedom. Do you see that that's a one of those wire fences? And I just noticed it's cut. I know this is just a, I've learned just go with it, say it, because if I sit there and try to, with my mind, I just lose it. Was there a cut in the fence somewhere? I don't know, but this is making me feel like I get two things with that. I get this person is not in jail. I get that this person, I feel like the fence, I don't know, because I don't know what the evidence is the police found or whatever, but I feel like they would have seen that. But something about that fence being cut has to do with how they were got out. And then I got intoxication, which, you know, I told you, I feel like I could smell liquor. I could smell, you know, the drug smell. I could smell marijuana. Okay, anything else? No, that's just too many, but I'm going to go with it. This has really thrown me off. I got toxic food and food shortage. And then I got incoming message. And then I got SIA, political warfare. And on the political warfare side, that makes me feel, is there, you know how we have elections and, you know, we get new sheriffs and da-da-da and all that. I feel like there's going to be that's when the case will get a break. When there's something to do with that, and the new administration that's coming in will focus on cold cases, and they will go back, and I feel like they will get everything and go from the very beginning and go through it all. Okay, what is this with this toxic food? Toxic food. I mean, kind of weird. It looks kind of like selenite in that big wooden spoon. Toxic food or food shortage. What does that mean? Okay, let's try. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about what this toxic food and food shortage is about? Incoming message. Okay. Somebody will call the tip line. Somebody will remember something or overhear something or okay, I feel like, yeah, they're gonna get something. The police are gonna get some kind of message coming in. Somebody's gonna give them a tip. Okay, what is this toxic food shortage? Okay, clarify this for me, Spirit. Whew. This reminds me, once you back, I feel like this is mother. The mother. It's the girls' mother. They were cousins. But it's their mothers. They just want them back. They want them back. You know, they were able to get them back and put them to rest. But they just want them to be back like it never happened. And I so understand that. I so understand that. Okay, I got unfazed. Who is unfazed? Somebody fake smiles. And then somebody has love on the brain. Oh God, that's... unfazed. That bothers me. I don't know why. That love on the brain. I feel like that wasn't love on the brain. That was pedophile on the brain. It was, but that's love to them. If you understand what I'm saying. Fake smile. Somebody fake smiles. Somebody knows something. And I believe it's a woman. And she just smiles. She knows something, but she doesn't say anything. She just smiles, her fake smile. Could this be, this could be, I'm feeling, the killer, he has someone. She knows. Oh, maybe she just fake smiling because she doesn't want. Yeah. She, it's gonna, it will get to her. It will get to her. Maybe that's where they're going to get this tip. This incoming, because it came right under it. Incoming message. Because he does have someone. But she knows. She knows. When I say she knows, I mean she knows because she knows how he is. She knows there's just something not right. There's something off. Okay, is there anything else? Is that it, Spirit? Okay, let me just do this. We'll see. I don't think I've ever used these. I've tried for a while. They're new. Close this out, Spirit. I want to draw from this to see if there's anything that I've missed that you could maybe enlighten us. This is heartbreaking. You know, Summer's still not found. Sebastian's still not found. Don't even get me going on that one. Close out this card. Is there anything else? There's something else. There's something else out there that would help us to bring justice for the girls, to bring justice, find the person responsible for their deaths, bring them to... Those little girls are sweet. God, I remember my cousins and I, we were close growing up. Whoa. The hidden hand, an influenced figure, directs criminal activities from behind the scenes, evading detection. Well, yeah, that's them, all right. I don't know, guys. Hot. I just want them to find the killers. You know, God, these kids, man, it's terrible. It just makes you feel so sick. Now, I'm going to be doing one on sociopaths and psychopaths. The differences, what to look for. I want to do a whole thing on that because we should just all be aware of certain things. And I feel like, you know, they say 1 in 20 people, 1 in 20 men that you meet will be psychopath. So think about that. So you're going to come into contact sometime in your life with one, if it's casually passing by, but you know what I mean? 1 in 20. Yeah, that's a little scary. Okay, guys, I'm going to go for that one so I can get back on the others. I'm doing work on Brian Kohlberger and, like I said, psychosocial past. And there's one I'm going to bring some information about, like, it seems so bad in the world, and it is really, and the kids and whatever, and I think we can be better for our kids and protect them better, and this shouldn't happen. But I want to talk about, you know, go into some of that, and we're going to talk about the types of serial killers, and because I think it will help all of us in our cases, and you know, even, you know, because it's just not me, it's you guys too. I mean, yeah, I do the readings, and I do, but you know, you guys are the ones that know, you know, you'll be able to go, oh, did you know da-da-da-da-da had a blue or a white or whatever, purple, you know what I mean? It's you guys that, so you guys are just as important as this side of the camera. You are like, you're on it too, so you're helping. You're helping. But anyways, I'm going to go with that for this reading on them, and whew, and I send my love and light to you guys always, and I'll talk to you really soon.